So the first part of the vision mapping is the visioning screen. This will play an audio script, so when the user is ready, they click here. It'll go through, start this countdown timer, and they can start listening to this script, which is provided by Sally. Okay, so as we can now see, we have finished watching the audio, so a tick has come up. The timer has reached 0, which means we can now press next. This leads to the next part of the visioning process, which is the writing process, where users can then write about the vision they just had. So by default, this timer won't start until the user starts writing in the box. So as soon as they click into there, the timer starts. They can start writing on the keyboard to write into this box. Eventually the timer will tick down. They can click out of the keyboard, which will then take them back to the screen with the keyboard dismissed. Now they've written about their vision, they can then press the next button to continue to the next section. The next section is the collage. So by default, the collage, which will later have images in it, is blank. So if I press this add button down here, it'll come up with a file picker. So all of these files are images on your device, but given that it calls the OS default file picker, it could also be images from different online services such as Instagram if they have the app installed. So for now, as we can see, I've just taken a lot of selfies of myself. So I can select one of these. It will then appear on the collage. I could then click and drag to move this around. Or rather, if I was using a phone, I would tap and drag to move this around. But for now, say I want to use a second image, just because a collage isn't very interesting with one picture, I can go select another version of me, which has now come up on the screen as well. Say I wanted to do something to this, like move it around, I would click on it to select it, as we can see by this red outline. Here I could maybe pinch to zoom to make it bigger or smaller. But for now, I'm just going to click over here, which will set the time to 0, which, as we'll see, we are now out of time. The collage section is timed, so it's about 5 minutes. Then the add button turns into this next button,